The quiet fear of death. There is a thought most people avoid, not because it is complicated, but because it is uncomfortable. The idea that one day everything ends. Not dramatically, not with warning, just ends. And even if you don't think about it often, it lingers somewhere in the background, in quiet moments, in still nights, in the spaces between distractions. A question forms, soft but heavy. What happens when I'm no longer here? Some people push it away. They stay busy. They fill their time with noise. Not because they are careless, but because silence brings that thought closer. Others face it, but with fear. Not just fear of death itself, but fear of what it means. The end of control, the end of plans, the end of everything familiar. And maybe the deeper fear is this: did I really live? Because death doesn't just remind you that life ends. It forces you to question what you're doing with the time you have. Are you living intentionally, or just moving through days without awareness? This is why the fear feels so strong. It's not only about dying, it's about realizing time is limited. And once you see that clearly, you can't unsee it. But here is something most people miss. The awareness of death is not meant to weaken you, it's meant to sharpen you, to bring clarity. Because when you understand that time is not endless, you begin to choose differently. You stop delaying things that matter. You stop holding on to things that don't. You become more present, more honest, more intentional. The small moments begin to feel different. A conversation, a quiet walk, a simple breath, things that once felt ordinary now feel real, because you know they won't last forever. And strangely, that realization brings a kind of peace, not because death disappears, but because you stop running from it. You accept it. And in that acceptance, something shifts. You stop fearing the end and start paying attention to the now. Because the truth is simple. You don't control how long you live, but you do control how deeply you live. And maybe that's enough. Not to eliminate the fear, but to transform it into awareness, into presence, into a life that feels lived.
And the more you begin to sit with that idea, the more you start to notice something else. It's not just death that people are afraid of, it's the awareness of time passing. You start to see it in small ways, days that feel shorter than they used to, weeks that disappear without much memory, months that pass, almost unnoticed. And that realization